Good Friday afternoon, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to the show, guys. There we go. Now let's go burn it up quick. Yeah. There we go. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's cracking? What's cracking crackers? What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everyone? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's crank that down a little bit. Overflow. Got your first knife. I saw it. I saw it. You like it? It's a budget. It's a budget-friendly knife. I'm familiar. It's a good way to teach yourself to learn how to sharpen your knife. The first time you sharpen a knife, you're going to ruin the blade. You're gonna fuck it up. That's kind of part of it. You need to ruin a cheap piece of steel that's really soft, and you need to kind of ruin it and fuck it all up, and then you learn how to sharpen it and take that rounded edge and actually make it sharp. If you can get a soft piece of steel sharp, you'll be able to do it with the super steel. You'll be able to do it with the any better steel if you can do it on soft steel. So it's a good way to. It's a good way to learn. That's what I did. I jacked up cheap knives before I would touch stone to one of my expensive knives. That's how we do it. What's up, guys? Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm just sitting here yapping. What's up, everybody? Troubled One. Been a member now for 18 months. Year and a half, my friend. I do appreciate you. And as we are all aware, he's back. Seems like it was not all that long ago that we heard about Larson's sentencing, all right? And here he is, I guess. Here he is. I don't know. I remember that sentence, and it sounded like a long time, but I guess it really wasn't. I don't know. Time flies. Time flies. But I don't know. I guess we need to learn about it. Oh, let's crank that right there. At least he has a minder. Yeah, I heard that. He's gonna be living in a home with supervision for a couple years. But we'll see. We'll see what happens if and when Daniel can get himself internet access. That's when we'll find out what's really gonna happen. He only pled to one. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I had missed that. Huh. I just remember the sentence. Oh, I guess that would make sense because he had I guess that would make more sense. Huh. Sick. Only 1 to 6. One of the 6. I don't think he should have been let out, ladies and gentlemen. I think with the lolcows, that a lot of them, I've said this too before, that they try to be scary. They try to make it seem like I'm crazy. Don't fuck with me. I'll do some crazy shit. Daniel Larson actually is crazy. He's legitimately nuts. Yeah, it's not a matter of Cyraxx trying to sound like, when Rax tries to make itself sound like it's tough and it'll fuck you up and it'll do all this nasty shit. And Daniel actually is crazy, which makes him unpredictable, which I don't like that. That's what makes someone dangerous. If you don't know what they may do. I mean, Daniel might spit at you. Well, we've seen him do that. You might get called the N-word. I don't know. He might stick his finger up his butt and slap you with that hand. Can you imagine? You're standing there and you just get slapped. And as the hand goes by, you get, like right there, you're like, oh, what's that? Imagine all the thoughts that would run through your mind in a split second. Like, did I just get slapped? Did I just get slapped with shit? Because I smell shit. Was that shit? I definitely got slapped with shit. Oh, I still smell Schmidt. Like, the emotions that you would feel in that split second of being slapped with a shitty finger, the rage I could not fathom. I couldn't imagine. That's what makes Daniel dangerous, though. See, he's actually crazy. He's actually crazy. Trouble One, thank you for the dono, my friend. It's very much appreciated for the cause. Appreciate it, my dude. Appreciate you. How we all doing? I went to the dispensary today and they got inventory. And I thought it would be appropriate. I got us brand new Loot Bar because they got them in stock. They haven't had these in a while. These are our favorite brand. They got Loot Bars though, and today I bought us. Look at that. Churro. Fuck, I shake. Yes, sir. We got the churro flavored. Churro flavored. 2-gram disposable. Let's open it. I feel like I'm just yapping. Oh! Aha! Oh! Jiminy. Oh, God. Jiminy Christmas. That... Ugh. That's the smell that you definitely want to smell. That's the smell that you most definitely want to smell. Oh, you know what? Before we take this ripper, I need to do this for one of the longtime Cyraxx community members, one of my longtime community members, one of my moderators. Give a very special happy belated birthday to It's Billy Joel's her birthday earlier this week. If you guys would feel so inclined, there are links in the description of this stream and the video that came out this week where you can find Billy Joel, see what she's got going on. You can show her some love. Feel free to check those out. But happy birthday, Billy Joel. We appreciate you. We're happy to have you here. Oh, I was just looking for this. Yesterday's daughter's 20. Oh, wow. Well, happy birthday to your daughter as well, man. That's awesome. Man, I remember when I turned 26 a decade ago. Ooh. I know I'm not like old, but I can see the age coming. I know it's not far. Oh no, my light's gonna die. My light's gonna die. Oh! Oh no, oh no, oh no! There we go. The anniversary of Hiroshima. Sick. Stream with the black. Oh, that's clever. That's clever. What was it? 25 years ago when I was a kid, I had a big cousin that he had hair like this long, just like an inch or so. And he would bleach it as close to white as he could get. So, because he spent so much time at the strip clubs, when he walked in, it would make his hair light up under the black lights. Oh, I got a soft spot in my heart for black lights. The dumb things I've seen in my life. Lost your sweet tooth, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Every once in a while I get that too. Like, I want to smash some cookies, some ho-hos, ding-dongs, Twinkies. Twinkies are the shit. I don't care how ungood for you they are. Everybody loves a good Twinkie. Those are they're so good. You'll be 46 in August. Okay, I got it. Okay. Yeah, you're not much older than me. You know what? Let's take a birthday ripper for Billy Joel. We've been streaming for almost 10 minutes, and we ain't taking a ripper yet. That's amateur hour. That's amateur hour. We don't do that around here. You guys know what time it is. Let's get them out. Let's get the first initial ripper of the stream started. Let's give a happy birthday to It's Billy Joel. Let's, you know what? There's a birthday ripper. Let's get it. Poot poot. Cheers, everybody. Oh, wait. Gotta turn it on. Gang. Yeah. That's good. That's good, ladies and gentlemen. That's the churro. That's good stuff right there. Ezelia, thank you for the sparkles for 2 jewels. I appreciate you. Woo! All right, guys. I guess that we should talk about what we got going on with Daniel. Actually, I guess we should talk about what we're going to do and then get to it. So Daniel's been released. He's in a home. He's going to be somewhat supervised, but the point is he's out. He's out and free, and essentially he's in the free world again. That's scary. We know how far his delusions could be pushed. We know how far his mental illnesses could be exploited. We know all the crazy shit that you could get Daniel to do. We've seen it. We're not experts here. We're Cyraxx experts, but we're not Larson experts, but we've seen a lot. We know some shit. So I don't know that it's a great idea letting him back out into the world, because it sounds like someplace with a outside structure, well, life structure in a sense, is good for Daniel. It's fucking pedophile, whatever. It's going to keep him in line. I don't think he belongs out here. Even if he's heavily medicated, even if he's whatever the fuck, he had a fascination and obsession, a pedophilic obsession with a little girl. So, you're not really coming back from that one. People don't forget. Internet doesn't forget. We sure don't. Not as much as I run my mouth. I'm not going to forget. Okay. Is he... Oh, shit. That was a strange feeling. Is he really not banned from the internet? Because that seems like that would be a condition of his release, I would think. Seeing as the majority of Daniel's life and the majority of the incidences or the crimes that he's committed can pretty much directly be traced right back to fucking the internet. It seems like they would take that away from him. But what do I know? I guess there's no reason to sit here and just yap. We're going to be scooting on over to McGrubba's channel. Shouts out to McGrubba. Go check him out. Give him a like and subscribe. I'm sure if you're here, you're probably aware of McGrubba. But if you're not, go check out his channel. Really good videos, really good stuff over there. Give him a like, subscribe, all the good business. Make sure I did that. I did not. There we go. Give him a like and subscribe. And we're going to be checking out Daniel Larson is Back. Released from federal prison. I don't know if it was technically federal prison. Wasn't it more of like a... Was he in actual prison? Or was it... I thought it was more like a mental health facility / incarceration. Oh, really? Really? I didn't think he would actually be in like a real no shit prison. He's probably in a special ward though, right? I would think. Or do they just throw him in there with population? That'd be fucking crazy if he's just in there with everybody else. This entire time I thought he was in like a special place for people. Wow, okay, I had a complete misunderstanding. I didn't know that he was in a for real no shit prison. And he walked out of there. Huh. Interesting. Well, I guess let's get to it. Let's go to work. It's a dirty job. Somebody's got to do it, right? So here we are.
Daniel Larson has been let out of jail as of 1 p.m. Mountain Time, July 21st, 2026. For those unfamiliar, he's a man who slowly took the internet by storm starting all the way back in 2019 until his fated arrest in 2024. You saw with him everything from a silly little presidential campaign both him and his trolls treated with the utmost seriousness to violent outbursts when the safety of his famous girlfriend is put into question by trolls. A girl who
Holy shit, look at those walls, dude! Oops.
to violent outbursts.
Post-punching wall breakdown. God dang, dude. That's almost like... That's a knee. That's a knee. That's not a punch. This, I would believe, this looks like a hand. This looks like knuckles right there. That does too. It kind of has that slant from the bop. You can kind of see the knuckle shape. But this right here looks like a flying knee. Or maybe he bent over and like headbutted it. Maybe. Or threw something big. I don't know. It just looks... I know with the knee, it just looks like it fits. Jesus Christ.
When the safety of his famous girlfriend is put in...
Damn. Oh, no, don't you leave, Daniel. We're looking at this. Look at that. What a pain in the ass. Now somebody's got to go in there, cut all that out, clean it all. Oh, that's such a pain in the ass, dude. Just to go re-drywall half a sheet. That's dumb.
Questioned by trolls, a girl who in reality never ever had any contact with him. So being the intriguing little fella he is, we'll look at today what exactly this release will entail for Mr. President and take a little look into his past to see what exactly has drawn the masses to him and maybe even why this release may not bode well for the state of Colorado. First, before we get into his release, why don't we go over why exactly Big Man ended up behind bars in the first place. Daniel is a deeply
give us a refresher, McGrava. Here we go.
Disturbed individual with delusions of grandeur, particularly with being a famous singer-songwriter. He's got a handful of mental health issues, was seemingly neglected in his younger years, and due to that baseline given to him in life and his upbringing, along with having completely unrestricted access to the internet, would culminate in a sort of chaos with the way Daniel would see and interact with the world. People would see the incredibly wild things Daniel would say or do from day to day on TikTok and be captivated in a way by the unpredictability found in his life. Whether it was concerned viewers, people there just for a laugh, or a crowd with darker intentions, the audience was waiting to see what was next for him. It would grow exponentially. In turn, convincing him this singer-songwriter fantasy was coming true as he grew a massive fan base, or what he thought were all adoring fans. Using this musical career delusion, fellas sometimes with good intentions, others with bad, would get a hold of him. And some of the wackiest or darkest moments we'd witness about him would be due in part to manipulation, misinformation fed to him, or pranks pulled on the guy by these managers. Some notable instances of this would be the nuclear war prank pulled by manager Ox, a darker one being him being convinced to expose himself to thousands of live TikTok viewers in an attempt to audition for adult film. Or one of the worst being in how he went on and on about how he's going to legalize things Nova Online would do with someone under the age of 18. So yeah, despite for sure being a victim himself, Daniel is most definitely not a good person. And there's a laundry list of instances or examples of exactly how Daniel wasn't a sweet, harmless, but funny guy just manipulated on the internet, but was fairly evident from tons of posts made by Larson himself of how much of a bad person he was, with things such as his Pinterest account with various young individuals saved in categories grouped by age that were he alluded to by himself photos he would use for a certain purpose. Then we'd have his stalking and obsession with the younger Grace Vanderwall, a girl who was under 18 for a while during this obsession, who many believe is the source of the singer-songwriter delusion in order to maybe perform with her one day. The Vanderwall family even got into contact with him, by the way, at one point, in order to try to curb the stalking to no avail. And his aggression towards others paired with his property-damaging tendencies, just to name a few of the flaws of his. So during Mr. President's reign over the internet in the early 2020s, he would post videos or clips uploaded by him, getting into altercations or situations out in public, sometimes due to this aggression we talked about, where police would end up being called, whether it be being thrown out of restaurants or getting kicked out of the airport for loitering. Despite many of these interactions being orchestrated by trolls or managers, Daniel would have some very negative interactions with police on multiple occasions, already forming this bad taste in his mouth when it came to them and the government. Then you go ahead and couple that with misinformation sprinkled in here and there from managers or trusted trolls. Daniel would end up making threats to the police, the government, and even the President of the United States of America.
And this message is to the police and the FBI
And the FBI.
and the sheriff.
And the sheriff.
Don't play around with me.
Did you just flex your teeth? You did, didn't you? Ooh, look at that face. Urgh, Jiminy Christmas, dude. Get out of town. Look at those chompers. Right there. Doesn't get more perfecter than that. Pow. Bam. Gang, look at that. And look at all this space up here. Look at all the nose area. Jesus Christ. Look like a fucking Muppet.
Don't play around with me. Because
Daniel, you look like you smell like shit. I'm gonna call it what it is.
I am paying my bail.
Bomb you! Bomb you! Bomb you! Bomb you! Kill you! Kill you! Kill you! Call the feds on me, you fucking liar!
So, of course, some of the extraordinary threats he would make time and time again would gain the attention of both the FBI and even the Secret Service, leading to Agent McDougal to try to get in contact with Daniel.
Okay, so Bob just got a call from Special Agent McDougal, Daniel McDougal, and I am in apparently trouble again with the U.S. Secret Service, and he is asking Bob for my exact location right this minute.
Many of Daniel's viewers at the time believed McDougal not to even be a real fella, just some other delusion or lie made up by Daniel, but no, he was very much real, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But the walls began closing in on him as the law began to take what this guy was saying on the internet very seriously, leading up to his eventual arrest, gathering a handful of charges that culminated into him facing possibly 70 years in jail. Now, reading those charges in order, we have count 1, on or about
That would have been sick.
July 3rd, 2023, in the state and district of Colorado, the defendant, Daniel Larson, through the use of an instrument or interstate commerce, and in affecting interstate commerce, willfully made a threat and maliciously conveyed false information knowing the same to be false concerning an attempt and alleged attempt being made and to be made unlawfully to damage and destroy a building and other real and personal property by means of an explosive, namely a particular county courthouse in Colorado, all in violation of Title 18. Count 2, skipping through, we've got concerning an attempt and alleged attempt being made and to be made to unlawfully to damage and destroy a building and other real and personal property by means of an explosive, namely a particular nonprofit center in Lakewood, Colorado, in violation of Title 18. Then count 3, on or about August 29th, 2023, in the state and district of Colorado, the defendant, Daniel Larson, made a threat unlawfully to damage and destroy a building and other real and personal property by means of an explosive, namely the White House, all in violation of Title 18. Then count 4 was September 26, 2023, same kind of threat to a government building in Colorado. And also September 26 in 2023, same kind of threat to a particular college campus in Colorado. Then count 6, on or about December 25th, 2023, in the state district of Colorado, the defendant, Daniel Larson, did knowingly transmit in interstate and foreign commerce a communication containing a threat to injure the person of another, namely our particular Federal Bureau of Investigation agent. I believe this was McDougal, all in violation of Title 18. Then count 7 was March 23rd, 2024, where he made a similar threat that he made on the White House to the Federal Bureau of Investigation headquarters. So yeah, quite the list of charges, and despite how silly it is,
Yeah, they don't like that. They take that shit pretty seriously.
that the
Because when crazy people say shit like that, sometimes crazy people do shit like that.
United States government was taking this man seriously, all of these charges stacked together could carry an incredibly hefty sentence with them. Now, after roughly 2 years of waiting, on July 21st, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, his long-awaited sentencing would finally arrive, and just 20 short minutes later, at 1:20 p.m. Mountain Time, Daniel would be set to be released. During those 20 minutes, though, according to sources, and I quote, Judge Rodriguez was giving him like a motivational speech about making change and progress when I walked out. The vibe from everyone was that he was a victim and was heels, end quote. Now, this release doesn't come without its conditions, so
No fucking way.
these would be shortened by Flexburger, but we do have the official document stating all of these. He will have 2 years of supervised release. He must not leave the state of Colorado without getting permission first. His probation officer can visit him at any time and search his residence. His probation officer can search through his phone and any device with internet access and all social media accounts. Probation officer will have passwords and access to all of the above.
He gets to have social media? Not just access to them, but he gets to have a social... No way.
must work full-time or be searching for full-time work unless the probation officer excuses him, must not communicate or interact with anyone engaging in criminal activity or with a past felony. He must participate in mental health treatment and remain medically compliant, and he must not make contact with previously mentioned Agent McDougal. Now, to the dismay of everyone who was hoping that Daniel
Dad, no bothering the FBI agent, Daniel. Knock it out. Knock that shit off.
would start up a new account and start posting all his wild and wacky antics again, I know they're all disappointed in that. This is probably the best possible thing that could have happened to Daniel following his release, was all of these rules he had to follow, particularly the fact that
That's nothing. That's nothing. Gotta get a job. We get to come and search her. That's it. That's not a restrict. That's nothing, dude. That's fucking nothing. That's not even a slap on the wrist. A slap on the wrist can sting. This is literally nothing. Hey, we get to check on your internet access. Cool.
all of his electronics have to be essentially watched 24/7. Because if that weren't the case, if he got back into contact with some managers, if he got back into contact with some of the trolls, I'm sure all sorts of incidents such as the Olive Garden incident would just happen all over again. Daniel is someone incredibly susceptible to misinformation and incredibly gullible, so it would only be a matter of time before the same exact shit that would happen that got him in jail in the first place would happen again. And Colorado is probably a much safer place for the public, at least while this supervision is occurring. I don't have any words.
We would have had to kick it off right there. Come running up at somebody, come running up behind me. Why is your hand up here? What are you fucking doing? Yeah, you run up behind me. If you're gonna come at me like that, I feel like I'm gonna take it as, okay, you want to fight. I guess let's fight. I don't think I could just back up and. I mean, that gives the intent that, hey, you're trying to hurt me, and I can't allow that. So it's got to go the other way.
Words for when these 2 years are up. But for now, the streets of Colorado
Either one of those guys had every right to just fucking drop Daniel right there. It should have.
should be safe, along with the kids of Colorado, because you know what kind of things Daniel's also
Just rocked his shit.
into. What's wild to me, though, is the fact that they're allowing him to have any sort of internet access at all after everything that he got up to and everything that him having that access caused.
Exactly.
The restrictions put on that of just having supervised access seems a little lax. I just hope that he and his probation officer follow all of these things to a T, so
I hope they're checking on him multiple times a day, every day, just always just up his ass. I hope they're just fucking stuck to him.
And the general public don't get hurt in one of his outbursts. Who knows, though, because all it takes is one bad actor to get into contact with him briefly, and it's probably all over. Whether he's...
Yeah, just one person has to slip through the cracks. That's all it takes, is one person. That's all it's going to take.
Probably going back to jail. Anyways, if you liked what you saw here today, fellas, and you want to see some more, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button and hype it up. It really does help it out. Otherwise, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Later, Grubbas.
Gang. All right. That was a quick, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Next up, we got some work to get through. We got a little work to get through. Let me get it whipped up here. It was a submission given to me through Discord. Let me pull it up.
Daniel Larson is a mentally ill...
Bada bing, bada boom. We're going to head over to Comrade, I hope I pronounced this correctly, Comrade Tomek's channel. Let's go check him out. Give him a like, subscribe. It's put together a video for us today, and we're going to go on. I figured since Larson's out, we saw the update about it. We got our news from McGrubba. Again, shouts out to McGrubba's channel. Go check him out. Like, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. You know what to do. We got our news from him, and now we're going to... Since Daniel's out, we're gonna watch some Daniel stuff. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna watch a Daniel video. We're gonna watch Daniel Larson Goes to College, a Daniel Larson story. We're gonna check it out. This is gonna be the beef of our stream because it's over half an hour. We got about 36 minutes to get through, so we got some beef here. Why don't we go ahead and take a between video ripper? Get everybody ready because Daniel, that's why. That's the only justification that I need to take rippers. So, let's take our ripper. You guys know what time it is. Let's go. Cheers. Sheesh. Beautiful. Not only does chance need to be taken off the internet, rather, chance needs to be taken off of this planet. That's the answer. That's the answer. I don't know if you guys were aware. I just so we're all on the same page. Pedophiles, sex offenders, women beaters, they can't be rehabilitated. They cannot be fixed. They can't be therapied back to a good, normal man. Good, normal person. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Those are some of those uncrossable lines. So once those are crossed, the answer is to take you off of planet Earth. That's it. That's it. By whatever means. Creativity. The literal form, put them in a fucking rocket, just blast them into space. Although I would be kind of jealous, because that seems like a sick way to go out. Like how many people can say, yeah, before I die, I'm getting launched into space. They're just gonna fucking shoot me up there. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going that way. I don't know. I'd be kind of jealous of like a space burial. It'd be like buried at sea, except just fucking send me towards the sun. Let's see what happens. Mine testers, grenade holders, explosives testers, target practice as targets. But yeah, whatever it means necessary to take them off of planet Earth, that's the answer. That is the answer. It's not therapy. I assure you guys. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. It's taking them off of the face of the earth. I assure you. Okay. Excuse me. I don't know Steve. I've never actually had any interaction with him. I like his videos. I do like the videos of his that I've watched, but I don't know. I really don't know a lot about him in particular. I don't know. I couldn't verify or deny anything about him. I don't know. Spurred out on. Did he? Oh boy. Sitting. Huh. I am unaware of that. I did not know that. I'll have to look into it. No, I don't know. Like I said, I've never interacted with him. I don't really know all that much about him, other than I said I like some of the videos he makes, but him and William beefing. Yep. All right. Depending on what specifically you're referring to, Shwilly, probably. But for now, I'm gonna press play on this video. We're gonna get started with Daniel Larson. If everyone's ready, here we go.
Daniel Larson is a mentally ill internet personality from Colorado.
Do I look nice? Or do I look like a lizard who just came out of a shooting rabbit hole?
That haircut. That haircut.
Either way, looks like I don't have a future.
Daniel believes in a few major things. 1, that he is a singer-songwriter, a fashion model, and a celebrity. 2, that he is the President of the United States, which is true, and I'll be referring to him only as President Larson from here on out. And 3, that he believes he is in a relationship with America's Got Talent star and singer-songwriter Grace VanderWaal. President Larson rose to popularity in 2020 due to his looks and his strange behaviors. Trolls of Daniel started playing into his delusions and fantasies, gaining his trust, and posing as managers for him. The managers had created many arcs for Daniel, but my favorite arc were both of the college arcs. By late 2023, trolls had realized that Daniel would believe almost any elaborate story if it fed into his fantasies.
Hello everyone, this is Daniel Larson. I have some breaking news. I will be collaborating with Kendrick Lamar.
One of their most successful ideas was convincing him that he was a college student, even providing him with a fake ID for the University of Colorado Boulder. On September 10th, 2023, Daniel claimed he enrolled at CU Boulder and posted many community posts about his enrollment process. In these posts, he says that he received a scholarship and a roommate.
I just posted proof of my CU University scholarship.
Sick.
The reality for Daniel was that he was roaming around campus while live streaming and going to frat parties. Phi Kappa Tau had become friends with Daniel, and this led to many delusions of Daniel's claiming that he was a student. On September 12th, Nathan, a member of the fraternity, posted a TikTok with the handle 22dope where Daniel is seen holding a Phi Kappa Tau shirt.
Hi, this is Daniel Larson, and you guys should...
Is it real? This is real. Daniel's out. Yo.
Bye, Kapata!
Yo.
Nathan very quickly set his account to private after receiving mountains of backlash for befriending Daniel, who is a known predator.
Hello everyone, this is Daniel Larson. I love CP.
On September 13th, Daniel was approached by Colorado University Boulder students that recognized him at the frat party. These students had convinced him that he was truly a CU student and that he would have living arrangements there. This led to a long video of him being given a tour of the school.
Alright Daniel, let's go.
Fuck that.
Alright, shut this door right here. There's a showers down there, but I'm just going. What's up, Stu? We got Daniel Larson.
Hey, so actually, I'm gonna be moving in.
Yo, no, I was gonna just give him a little tour of our dorm if that's chill.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be moving in.
Alright, Daniel, just right away. Right over here, buddy. Is it okay if he just walks in, bro?
Actually,
Dude, he's famous. Alright, Daniel, this is my dorm. It's pretty sick. You can just walk right in.
Oh, that's
So,
cool,
like, yeah, dude, it's pretty sick. You wanna go check it out? Yeah, you can go in just a little bit. Just don't, like, sit down, because...
I can't sit down on the floor?
You can sit down on the floor, that's about it. Yeah. So, like, you would sleep maybe, like, under the bed or, like, on the floor, you know? You like it?
Looks amazing.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, sir, dude.
You a fan of Mac Miller?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
He's a fan of Mac Miller.
Alright, buddy.
Neon Genesis?
Yeah. Alright, Daniel. Like, you might have a disease or some shit, so let's go.
Yeah, I got rabies.
Oh, fuck.
He's got rabies. Touch me, bro.
Alright, so this is the exit right here. Just out here.
Oh, just right out there?
Yeah. It's like a short guy, it's pretty sick.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Which one is
Levi? I'm Levi. Which one? Oh, Arnett. Like you were earlier?
Yeah.
That's Arnett.
Alright, Daniel. Well, this concludes. Yo, Nevin, Daniel Larson's here. Dude, Daniel's in the dick dungeon. Alright.
The what? The dick dungeon? Interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna be moving in with him.
He's moving in with me, guys.
Just fucking dicks. I don't know what a dick dungeon is. I've never heard of a dick dungeon. I probably could have went the rest of my life without hearing about it too.
Alright, Daniel. You can just go out this way if you want. It's like just right up there.
What the fuck's a dick dungeon for, dude? Now I'm curious. Hang on. We're hitting the internet, going on a Google search. Oh, holy shit, it's a thing. What the fuck? It's a thing? Never heard of it a day in my life. It sounds like the term is sometimes used as a nickname for specific, often all-male dormitory basements on university campuses known for hosting rowdy, male-dominated gatherings. Rowdy, male-dominated gatherings. In the Dick Dungeon. Oh boy, that was fucking gayer than I thought it was going to be, if I'm being completely honest. Oh boy. Oh boy. What an educational night this is. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know, Billy Joe. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I just know that they have rowdy, male-dominated gatherings in the Dick Dungeon. I don't know. I don't know what goes on there, what specifics, but I'm good. I don't plan on ever finding out. So if you want to figure that out, that's on you. I'm good. I've done enough research. I'm done on that topic. We're going to continue with our video.
All right, let's go. All right. So, like, if you want to come back anytime, you're welcome, man.
If he's welcome anytime, why are you kicking him out? I mean, I guess because he's a pedophile. Fair.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
It's weird that you invited him in to begin with, though. Like, this is such a fucking strange interaction all the way around.
Danny, where are you sleeping tonight?
Daniel was filmed at Taco Junkie Tequila Bar with PKT members and was spotted kissing a random woman on the cheek. This was the first known documentation of Daniel doing anything intimate with a woman. On this same day, Daniel uploaded a video of someone flipping off Daniel and shouting, "Fuck you, Daniel." He believed
She could have just put her face in sewer water and it would have been cleaner. Been safer.
this to be Flexburger, but there was no evidence of this. This video was later archived by the real Flexburger himself on Larson Leak.
Okay, that is Flexburger.
Flexburger has been caught officially on our tour. He was giving us a fake tour the whole time.
Flexburger.
On September 14th, there was several videos posted to the r/Daniel Larson subreddit by a user named ClearValue6404, a possible burner account created by an unknown individual. It is uncertain when the video was posted.
Can you see my search history? No, there's way too many Dick Dungeon searches in there.
By them were recorded, but many of them take place during the nighttime. In one of these videos, Daniel was seen attempting to bench press an empty bar, which can vary between 20.
Can you imagine if you died and the last thing in your search history was Dick Dungeon?
Or 45 pounds, or 10 to 20 kilograms. They recorded an interview with him that took place on a rooftop, and shows Daniel discussing his childhood and revealed that he never had a permanent home until he was taken by social services. Maya Swag69 was a TikTok user pretending to be Grace's older sister, and uploaded
Oh, whoa, that bar is 45 pounds.
a second angle of the bench press.
That's, I don't know about you guys, but I warm up with more than that. Some people like to warm up with the bar just to kind of get the stretch and feel it and open up their shoulders and whatnot. But wow, Daniel, we are slightly malnourished, it seems.
On one of her videos, a user commented, "Imagine getting Daniel as your roommate," to which Maya responded, "I would burn."
Oh, I didn't mean to miss this. Shit. Ezelia sent an eagle for 400 jewels. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I also saw a W for 10 jewels. I still don't know how those work specifically, but I appreciate them very, very much. Thank you, Ezelia.
Burn the room and kill all the scabies.
You know, I think people judge me because I have a disability.
Yeah.
And people think I can't. But when they find out how popular I really am, they feel sorry.
Which disability? Just
What?
spread awareness.
Yeah.
We thought it was autism. But
Thought it was autism? Yeah. Thought it got me too.
because I'm so smart and
That's not why they thought I had it.
the more I learn, I get better, right?
Yeah.
So we're thinking it was just past childhood trauma.
These events led up to
Okay,
the Folsom Field arrest. A troll
Makes sense. Makes sense.
pretending to be the head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, Deion Sanders, had reached out to Daniel on September 16th. This troll was able to convince Daniel to trespass into the university's football facility, and in
We need to read those. Hold up. We need to read those. You know what? Let me do this.
Sanders had reached out
This is Coach Deion Sanders. Daniel, we have been waiting for you. Please let us know where you are. This is very urgent. Team store, I guess. I guess Daniel sent a TikTok to him. I don't know. Then we got, okay, please meet at the end of the business field next to Regent Drive. There you will find the celebrity entrance. Daniel says, okay, thumbs up, big dog. Thumbs up. Big brain moves today, baby. Nothing but big brain moves.
to Daniel on September 16th. This troll was able to convince
Yeah, okay. Uh-oh, emergency. Right off rip. We got emergency from Daniel. I think I will give my security a raise just for dealing with you. I saw those videos of you saying the N-word. Ain't no way a racist cracker like you is going anywhere near any of my staff again. I'm not racist. I think there's a miscommunication. I'm not racist. Someone manipulated me to say that. For sure. We have an emergency. I'm at the gate still. I'm being told you have to come to me. They won't let me through. Shocking.
Daniel to trespass into the university's football facility.
I don't believe you, bro. Your ass is staying outside the stadium. I'm sorry you don't believe me, but you need to understand this. This is extremely serious. This is why I had court. Uh-oh. You know what? If you can make it past security and reach me, we can talk about it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called bait. I will not break the rules. Sorry. Someone who says she is Grace Vanderwall is telling me you are a huge pussy. I believe her. I'm not just going to do that.
Facility. And in the texts, the troll calls Daniel racist.
The fuck you saying, boy? I'm at gate 8. Gate 8. If you live stream me letting you in, I will let you into the stadium.
Says that Grace called him a pussy and then asked him to live
You suck, Daniel. Grace was right about you. They just permanently banned me.
stream going into Folsom Field. Daniel indeed went live and complained to other actual students that he was supposed to meet Sanders. He explained he couldn't pick up the necessary security passes to them. Immediately, he went to his YouTube community and began
McBrady has sent a gift. Let him cook. I appreciate you, McBrady.
to frantically post. He had live streamed himself requesting access to the football facility, and after being denied, Daniel struck the security guard mid-meltdown and was arrested.
Oh! Don't touch security. Don't do that. Don't touch a cop. Don't do that. I made this joke the other day. I am not the right color to run from cops. I'm a bad color to do that. I'm a bad color to hit cops, but I'm a bad color to hit security guards because it will bring down the full force of the long dick of the law. 100%. That's a bad move, Daniel. Don't do that.
Daniel, can I get a...
Although it does make for great entertainment for us. So.
Daniel, how's your YouTube channel going?
Not good. There's been people that are manipulating and posting stuff without my...
That's how my eyes used to look when I used to smoke crystal meth. Back when I was a teenager. Yeah. Be awake for 2, 3, 4, 5 days and just wide awake. Gonna go to sleep tonight? Nope, probably not. Not tired.
Oh, okay.
And there was a miscommunication today.
Okay.
That's a good way to keep it, Taffy. I've had enough. They never go well. They never go in my favor. It does, even if I'm friendly, even if I'm super polite, they usually don't go in my favor. The older I get, though, I've got, you know what? Side story. I got pulled over. What was it? At this point, it would have been 2023, I think. the year I kind of got into really, I think the year that I started my channel, I think. But I had went to meet my wife like 100 miles away, and on my way over there, I was going a little quick and I got pulled over, got a ticket, whatever. I thought I was a sneaky little butthole about getting this ticket, and I just paid it off. I paid the half of it. I just paid it. I didn't tell my wife. I was like, fuck, can't tell her. I can't tell her I got a ticket. So I paid it. I was trying to be sneaky about it. I paid it on a Friday. Okay. I got paid that day, so I paid it. Okay. The following Thursday, my wife is with me. We leave our house. We're not a mile and a half away. Whoop, whoop. I get pulled over and get another speeding ticket. Same price as the first one, which means paying both of them in half means I at the very least, I'm going to pay for a full one now. But when the cop came up to me, I just knew that when I give him my license and he runs my name, I know he's going to come back and say, sure, it looks like you just had a ticket just a week ago that you paid off here. But the thing is, I was in a different county when I got the other ticket. So I think that maybe had something to do with it. Maybe, I hope, I don't know. I know that when I got that ticket, I was like, oh, God damn it. I was so mad about it. But that was my comeuppance right there. That taught me a lesson. Don't lie to my wife. Don't try to keep tickets from her. Don't try to pay it in secret and not tell her about it. Because when I thought the cop was gonna come up and be like, Mister, seems you already had a ticket, you paid off just this past week, so here's another one. I figured he was gonna say something like that just to be an asshole. He didn't, but before he got the chance to, I was like, hey, I need to tell you, I just paid off a ticket. And she was like, what? Why didn't you tell me? I was like, cause I don't know. I didn't want to tell you. I don't know. I just didn't want to tell you. It sucks. I don't know. But now this is the universe giving me a check, I guess. And say, here you go, stupid. Here's another one. You get a ticket, you pay it off, you get another one the next week if you don't tell your wife. So, learn my lesson. Back to our show.
Led to security trying
I don't know what that had to do with anything, but... Yeah.
to kick me off property, and then I was told that, well, I have an interview inside with Deion Sanders.
I used to say the same type of crazy shit when smoking crystal meth. I got an interview with the president today. Yeah, sure do.
And I was told that I don't. And
either it's crazy delusional or people on crystal meth just have big dreams. I don't know.
then I was told I'm not a student when I am a student.
Okay, let's stand up real quick. Let's get you out of this corner.
Daniel sat in jail for 2 days. After his release, people who spotted him noticed he did not have a phone, and his posts online were non-existent. It was not until September 19th at 11 a.m. that Daniel had returned to social media. This post confirmed the rumors that he had struck 2 guards that led to his arrest. The day before, on the 18th, was his court hearing, and what is dubbed the WebEx incident, where the judge had eventually removed everyone from the stream due to people drawing explicit photos and threatening to bomb the courthouse. This ended up in a court hearing on November 30th, where Daniel pled guilty to third-degree assault.
I want to destroy AI like I would destroy a homeless person's cardboard box that they use for shelter.
Why would you do that? Don't be a dickhead just to be a dickhead.
In a house.
On the 22nd of January,
that's a real asshole thing to say and do, Daniel.
2024, Daniel started attending UCLA. Daniel hadn't known that it was a troll by Clark, his then manager. These classes taught Daniel several ridiculous things, such as ancient Texas and the rise of Talchan Mydek. That day, he announced that he would be majoring in entertainment business on his YouTube community posts. He made the claim that Clark was paying for these courses. On January 24th, Daniel released screenshots of the PowerPoint slides from the ancient Texas class. The slides for ancient Texas introduced the first king, a shit and farted. Many of the screenshots were posted to his YouTube community tab. All of these videos are property of Larson League Raw, which will be linked down below. below. The ancient Texas class began with the usual roll call. One of the students was an alien, and another was the greatest defensive lineman from the greatest NFL team, Fletcher Cox. To get started, the professor immediately calls on Daniel to ask him what he thinks of when he thinks of ancient Egypt. This then segues into the Temple of Quintarius III, a Bass Pro Shop pyramid. While on the topic of religion, Daniel is called on again to name a religion. He says Buddhism. This moved on to discussions of periods of Texanian history, where Daniel gives his thoughts on Imperial Texas.
Oh my
Mister,
God.
I'm going to call on Daniel Larson. What is one thing you think of when you think of ancient Egypt?
When it comes to Egypt, the first thing that comes to mind would be the Great Egyptian Pyramid.
The ones that I want to focus on today are ancient Mesopotamia and
There is more than one of them.
ancient Texas. All right. Now, ancient Mesopotamia went back.
I guess there are more than one of them. There is? I don't know. I don't know how to say it right. Say it correctly.
3,500
There
years.
is more than one? There are
Okay.
more than one.
Ancient Texas goes back 3,000
There is more than one.
years. Now, something that's much
Texanian wonders.
closer to
Temple of
home that happens to be in Texas is the Temple of Quintarius III. This is a pyramid that was constructed 2,500 years ago in Texas. Now, the first king of ancient Texas, his name was Ashid Anfarad, and he was the first king. Now, the main religion, I'm going to have you guys name the first religion you can think of when it comes to your mind, right? Because we're going to compare it to the religion of ancient Texanians, right? So I'm going to start with, I'm sorry if I'm going to confuse two of my students here. I'm going to refer to you by your last names instead of your first names, just so we don't confuse our students here. Mr. De Niro, what is a religion that comes to your mind? Just out of the blue, what do you think of?
Yeah, I mean, I got a couple like Muslim friends type shit, and yeah.
So we've named Christianity, we've named Islam. I'm going to pick on one person for, I'll pick on Mr. Larson had a very good answer the first time. Mr. Larson, can you think of just any religion you can think of off the top of your head here?
Buddhism?
Good. Yes, Buddhism.
Eventually, they come to the topic of giants in Texas. This is something Daniel would later post about on his YouTube community tab. In this little segment,
Giants?
Daniel comes out and gives his thoughts, admitting that he believes in Bigfoot and has seen him.
So the giants of Texas, so these are actually real archaeological finds.
Let me get out of the way.
That I've actually worked on a site before where we've been digging up these bones and ancient dig sites, right? So 5,000 years ago in Texas at the time, there were giants that were roaming around, and we have archaeological evidence, real evidence to prove that giants were walking around.
This is kind of off subject a little bit, but to go along with the entire giantism theory and what other people were saying in the class, I believe in the Bigfoot. Kind of off subject, but I have actually seen one time camping a similar story.
Wow. Can you explain your experience? I've actually never heard of that before. Can you explain your experience with?
Well, I was camping when I was super young. I was like 8 years old, and all I really remember was I was like inside the tent, and I heard like a howl, and it wasn't like a bear or a wolf or anything, but something actually sat on my foot inside the tent. And I thought at that age it was a bear, but my family told me it was something a lot bigger and possibly a Bigfoot that sat on top of my tent on my foot.
Wow. Was
Bigfoot sat on top of your tent on your foot.
the tent destroyed? I imagine he's pretty big, isn't he?
The tent wasn't destroyed, but there was like a corner of the tent where it was dented in.
That's a crazy experience.
After the roll call of the class, the music and entertainment class introduces us.
This is shit like my son would ask me about, like at 8 years old. He's asked me when driving around, like if you see like where we live, it's very hilly. I've said this many times. It's a very hilly area. There's lots of ups and downs, and it's mountainy. That's where we live. You can see some hills. If you start driving on them, my son will look, and you can see the edge of the road. And then because you're at an angle like this, it looks like the road just stops. It's like, Dad, if we keep going, we're going to go off the edge of the world. That's the kind of shit Daniel's talking about right here. If we're going to drive off the edge of the world. My son's 8. Daniel's however old he is.
It's the famous plays like Hamilton.
What's up, Pink? How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in.
Les Miserables, and 9/11 the musical. Most of the early segment is the professor trying not to laugh, introducing loads of media including singers, movies, and genres of music to the class. Daniel learns about song structure and mentions the fact that he has had 3 songs. In this, he gives his lyrical genius wisdom. This is where he also gives off that he works with Taylor Swift and is dating Grace Vanderwaal. This is also the first class that they are given an assignment, with him being paired up with Clark. You can see and hear in this that Daniel is excited to work with Clark. The assignment was to write a song about a life experience that they had. They ended up ending class with the Pledge of Allegiance, but Daniel was held back. He was held back in order to be reminded that the UCLA policy is that everyone has their mics on for the pledge. The professor also gave Daniel a commendation for his participation and performance.
And for your class assignment, you guys are going to write lyrics to your very own song, right? I'm sure we all have our favorite song in here, right? Everybody has their favorite song. I'm actually curious. I'll ask, sure, Mr. Larson, thank you for volunteering.
I actually have 3 songs myself, and my favorite song is actually one of mine that I previously wrote. It's called Something More, and it's about a relationship that I had with my mother, and kind of how things kind of went downhill with my mother, and how I wanted something better.
So we're going to talk about famous musicals real quick. Throughout this slide...
What the fuck? Oh, Wicked, Les Miserables, Cats the Musical, 9/11 the Musical.
I've made a list of all of the most famous musicals that have ever been produced, right? And the music that goes along with this. I know last week, one of you guys mentioned The Heathers, and The Heathers is a very, very popular musical. You have Wicked, Les Miserables, Hamilton, Cats, and 9/11 the musical. So these are examples of famous musicals that have been on Broadway for a very long time, right? And they're very successful because of their writers and the music that they've created. Next, we're going to talk about famous TV shows, right? So the first show that I actually always watch is Hawaii Five-0. They have a great soundtrack, great music that goes along with the episodes. Next, we have How I Met Your Mother. And another TV show that actually won a Grammy for its musical production was Born This Way. My parents gave me brain aids. One Jar is very good. Same people who created the movie Up.
I like Top Gun.
Top Gun is very good. Yes, Top Gun with Tom Cruise, right? If you're into military jets and military operations, anybody else have met someone famous or knows anybody famous? I saw that Mr. Larson had his hand up.
I actually have Taylor Swift's number, but I'm not going to go deep into it.
How do you know Taylor?
So I actually am employed by Columbia Records and LBI Entertainment, and
Totally.
I am dating the singer-songwriter Grace Vanderwaal.
I love her.
Yo, no cap, bro. For real?
I love her.
For reals, yeah.
Now, what we're going to talk about here is the assignment for the...
What is up with his haircut? Did he take some scissors and it looks like he's missing some hair right here.
day. Because you guys have all weekend to come up with this, and you guys are going to have a partner. And I've actually already assigned partners here for everybody, just to make things a little bit easier. And what's going to happen is, let me get to the next slide here.
Hold on. My partner here right next to me, my dog. He's saying that Grace Vanderwaal, she dating a brother. Like dead ass. Is he on cap shit or what? Like I thought she was dating a black man.
So that was actually from another movie. Pictures were taken and people started like saying that she was dating another man when that never happened. It was actually taken from a movie.
Yeah, so I'm going to just tell you guys your partners here in a second. I just got to get the list out that I wrote down. We have Christopher Moltisanti working with Fletcher Cox. We have Gardenia Smith working with James Webb. We have Jerry Hinkle working with Ren Fisher. Jime Coyote.
He is, in fact, yep. Larson has been released. Yep. Pagan. Yeah, he's it's official. He's good. He's in the free world with the rest of us. Walking around. Internet access and all. They gave him internet access. Yep. Yep. They can search him. They can search his house, search his property. They can go through his phone. They can go through any social media accounts he has. But the point is, he can still have access to social media, which is a massive fucking problem. Yep.
Okay, Jimmy Code.
It's pronounced Chode.
They're working with Webb, and Daniel Larson is working with Clark Hunter. All right.
Let's go.
So those were the assignments that I made for the class assignment, and let's just go over what this assignment entails, okay? So we have create the lyrics to a song about an experience that you've had in your life. This experience can be positive or negative. Song can be about a memory, an amazing time in your life, the worst time in your life, a life event, a friend, a family member, your partner, either your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife. So it could be about any of that. And what's going to happen is when you work with your partner, you're going to choose who's going to be the song that it's going to be about, right? So you're going to choose which person has the better life story or what you think is going to suit the song that you create, right? Now, this song, these lyrics that you create for the song are going to be worth 100 extra credit points. The best song gets an immediate A+ on the assignment.
The class on ancient songs discusses the first song ever written, a song written in Portuguese by Chief Slaf Mahas. The first composer is a German man named Ruben Madec. Daniel volunteers to read Madec, one that's probably pretty accurate to himself. From last week's class, the students present their songs. Group 1 speaks about John's uncle who passed away on 9/11. Daniel chips in with criticism that the lyrics have to be set up with a poem, a rhyme, and a rhythm. Group 2 is Daniel and Clark, and Daniel reads them. He has a pretty good philosophy that I generally employ myself, that the lyrics create the title. Group 3 is Jimmy Chode and Courtney Heck, who actually break out into a song. Daniel thinks this song is good, but the song's lyrics are repetitive. Clark and Jimmy end up fighting because Clark says it's boring. Group 4 is Christopher Moltes.
Oh my god, dude, I didn't even look at the names. Bart Whitener, Danny German, Ellie, Clark Hunter, Christopher Moore, Courtney Heck, Chancellor, Christopher Mann, Fletcher Cox, Jimmy Joe, John B. Rockefeller.
Santi. He gives a song, and Daniel has no criticism on it besides it being bland. At the end of class, there is a tie for extra credit between Daniel and Jimmy. They receive their second assignment, which is to create the actual.
Hey, Anthony, welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. Good to see you, man. For everybody that doesn't know, Anthony has been hanging around my channel for a long time, since like 400, 300 subscribers. He's been here since like day one.
Music for these songs.
Been here a long time.
This would be the tiebreaker for Daniel and Jimmy.
The first songwriter ever recorded in history was Chief Sleip Mahas. Chief Sleip Mahas was the chief of the Empire of Brazil, and he was the chief who brought music to the empire. And a lot of people loved a lot of his songs, but the most important song that he ever wrote was this song right here. Now, the song was never given a title because of how old the song was. Now, what about the first composer? Sir Ruben Madec. He was a medieval composer in Germany at the time. He was from Germany. This was a artist rendition of him. Very accurate because back in the day, a lot of people would get paintings of themselves. And archaeological evidence that we found proves that he looked very much like this. Okay?
Song by Ruben. I went to the town with a frown. The people laugh over me. It wasn't my fault, and I got hard on the corner of Orphanage Street.
Hey, that was real good, man.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Sure. So yeah, we wrote this song about.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Fool me once, fool me twice, fool me endless amounts of times. Shame on Daniel, I guess.
My uncle who passed away in 9/11. So we got inspired from that, and yeah, I'll start us off now.
Okay.
I knew one day that love would sprout. Then came the day Osama blew us away. Osama blew them away. Then came the day Osama blew us away. Osama blew them away.
Well, you said Osama was your uncle, right? Or is that just like a fictional name for him?
No, my uncle was not Osama. Osama blew my uncle away.
My only criticism for the song, the reason why I say this is because my old music producer that I actually work with here in Denver is a multi-Grammy award winner. And he told me that the lyrics have to be set up like a poem, but also they have to rhyme, and the rhyming has to also create rhythm along with the song. I feel like the song also started off with what I feel like should be a chorus. I feel like it also needs to kind of have more imagery about what is even going on with the building and why this person got blown away. Okay, let me quickly pull it up here. So we don't really have a title for the song. I strictly believe that the song itself, once it's done, creates the title. But the lyrics for the song are about loneliness and wanting help in a situation. And then we kind of created like imagery with being like traveling and being lost. The lyrics go, sunlight in the windows, gleaming in the air. Shadows dance around without a care. The taste of beer down my throat, ready for the open road. In the outback, time travels on. Reflection wasted, how life went wrong. Savannah dunes, wind through my hair, remembering life without a care. The chorus, so hold out your hand and help me see what I truly want to be. Don't cry and enjoy the ride. To paradise we fly, high as the heavens, looking down on rivers.
Absolutely, very, very well done.
I actually haven't been tattooed at all this year other than my birthday. It's been like 6 months. Yeah. Turns out Pokemon is fucking expensive. So I've laid off all the heavy tattooing for just a little bit. Yeah, I kind of went a little nuts with the Pokemon with my son since he kind of fell in love with it. So I want to spoil the shit out of him. So I did. And it meant I had to put my ink on hold for a little bit. But that's okay. We'll get back to work soon.
Notice that in your song, there's a lot of meanings that are undermined by the lyrics in a very good way. There's a lot of emotional feeling behind that song. I really truly like the way you conveyed those lyrics.
Take that ass for Jimmy.
Yeah. Hey, I still got some love deep inside of me. No need to lie to me. I know you got a guy. He's not a guy to me. Just say goodbye to him, then take a ride with me. I still got some love deep inside of me. Please drag it out of me. Rolly gang, Patty gang, Rich Baby Daddy gang. I'm at a Cincinnati gang. Hood bitch, tatter gang, for she tatter name. Send it over only time she turn it back on me for real.
All right. Very, very good. Those are some very good lyrics. Definitely some emotion behind that. Does anybody have any comments or suggestions regarding the song of Jimmy and Courtney?
I thought it was pretty good. My only criticism is that I feel like the song, the lyrics sounded empty and over repetitive, saying the same thing over and over and over again with not enough creativity to match the other bits and pieces that were being thrown in.
To put it blunt, it was boring.
Hey, listen up, Clark. You over there eating shrimps with wimps, I'm eating lobster with the mobsters, all right?
This episode
Shrimps with wet lobster with them. That's good shit. Jesus Christ. Oh, wow. These guys are putting in fucking effort to this ridiculous bullshit. Chris, all the way from Australia, my dude. Wow. That's incredible. That blows my mind that someone across the world found this. That's amazing to me. I appreciate you being here, my friend. Yeah, let's get a toot toot. Let's get a ripper just because you're all the way across the world. Like, literally, you're on the other side of this rock. That's sick, dude. That's sick. That's sick that the internet brought us together like that. That it allowed us to do this. I think that's cool. Let's take a ripper. It's time for one. I didn't realize we got through so much of this video. I didn't realize we did so much. That's okay. Oops. Didn't mean to scroll. Let's stay there. That's all right. Let's take a ripper. Yeah, let's take a break. Let's take a ripper. We're over halfway through it. We've earned it. You guys know what time it is. Poop poop. Yes, sir. One second, guys. One second. I don't mean to yell. 1 second. Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure. Oh my gosh. I'm coming, guys. I'm coming. Okay. Got what I need to do. Okay. Let's get back to it. I didn't mean to neglect you guys. My apologies. I feel you, Gucci. Yeah, sometimes it's good to see what else is out there. We're kind of resident experts here on Cyraxx, but there's lots of other cows out there. The pasture is a big place. There's lots of entertainment out there to be had. So yeah, it's good to switch it up a little bit. My son's favorites for right now, because he doesn't know a ton of them. He's learning them. He's got a couple of Pokemon books that have all the Pokemon in them. He likes Charizard, of course. I think he likes Charizard because I do, but of course he likes Charizard. But he's kind of like, his binder has probably 4 pages of just Pikachus, just all different full arts, holos. He just any Pikachu he can find, he fills it with Pikachu. That's I would say his favorite. He's got plushies of Pikachu. He's got a Pikachu hat, Pikachu shirt, Pikachu sweatshirt. We got Pokemon backpack. At least he's all about Pikachu. He likes Charizard, but he's all about Pikachu. Rayquaza's a good one though too. If anyone's curious. Yep. I made a little list of some of my chase cards that I want to get, but Charizard, Zapdos, Magikarp, Gyarados, Poliwrath, Alakazam, some of the originals. Yeah, all of them are from Fossil. They're just, I don't know. I like those Pokemon, and the original first 9. Any of the first 9, really, from base. The first 9 will always be my boys. Those, I don't know. There's something about those first 9 Pokemon. Garrett, yeah, Magikarp and Gyarados. Yes, sir. I don't think I have any Alakazam. Every time I've come across one, either in a store or at our local card store or in an auction, it's either way too much or it's way too much. Either that or they're just cost enough that I can't afford it. But it's a sick Pokemon. I like his spoons. Why is my thing not working?
Is probably the funniest one to me. They introduced Augustus Amabadabustus, the first openly gay emperor of Rome. There was also a Roman Chinese war around 35 CE. In this, they also introduced Julius Caesar's lead and Transvestate.
First leader, Augustus. He was an openly gay emperor of the Roman Empire. He constructed the Oh man, I apologize. He constructed the Colosseum. He was a leader in the Chinese-Roman War, and he was known for building the Great Wall of China. But he sadly died of.
What? You're not a Pokemon fan? That's okay. That's okay. I collect Pokemon, One Piece, Gundam. I tried to kind of get into Dragon Ball, but it just wasn't for me. And I got a shit ton of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Duel Monsters, and Digimon. I really like Digimon. Really like Digimon. You guys like Digimon? I like Digimon.
AIDS in 35 CE.
Professor, I believe that Rome lost the war to China.
Yes, correct. Rome did lose the war to to China. It's an interesting fact. I apologize. My microphone is having some problems today. Now we have Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar, otherwise known as Julius Caesar Salid, is the most famous Roman of all time. He is known for being stabbed. I apologize. I'm very sorry. My cough is not too good today. I went to the doctors about it. 150 times in the Senate by security. Now, this took place at Caesar's palace. He invented the Caesar salad.
Okay, so we all like cards. Okay. I got a special Gundam binder. My personal collection binder. It's got there's 5 different games in it. Like there's a Pokemon section, then there's a vintage Pokemon section, and then there's just some of my randoms from Zombie World Order. Just whatever random cool ones I've come across. I call it little miscellaneous, couple of pages. And then in the back, what's in the back? In the back going forwards, I have One Piece. But then I have a separate binder strictly for Gundam. Doing a couple master sets. I really like Gundam. I like that. Those cards are just beautiful cards. And the anime is good too. The music that they used on it, it just it hits.
He was the first leader of the United Nations, and he was the first person in the world to use pronouns. All right. Julius Caesar was addicted to nicotine, and you eventually banished all nicotine and nicotine users to Mexico. And in his lifetime, he destroyed 43 bathrooms due to irritable bowel syndrome. Was a very famous Roman, not in the sense that she was Roman herself, but she was highly affiliated with the Roman status. She had an affair with another famous Roman named Mark Antony. She ruled Egypt for 40 years, and she invented the wheel. She spoke 18 languages. That's pretty impressive.
Jesus Christ. This shit's so ridiculous. Oh my goodness. You guys like Weiss Schwarz? Any of those sets? I'm not super into Weiss yet. I'm trying to learn about it before I put any money into buying anything. They got some sick cards. Depending on which set you go with, I like the Overlord set myself, but that's just me.
How many of you can say that you speak even more than one language? Does anybody here speak another language?
She's very attractive.
Me, I don't.
Yeah,
I speak many languages.
I want to give a disclaimer that this section may teeter on the racist side, but I do not.
We are not surprised, big dog. We are not surprised.
Condone racism or stereotypes. This class is a bit chaotic, as at one point Daniel leaves the call after somehow being convinced that the Chinese government is spying on him. This episode discusses Chinese history, introducing us to Tao Chen Maidek, the inventor of fortifications. A student named Chang Shi starts speaking. Chang is on his way home from a meeting with the government. This prompts Daniel to question him, leading into a bit of a meltdown. After rejoining, class resumes. The Great Wall of China was created to keep the Romans and Roma people out. This video basically tells a severely abridged and misinformed version of Chinese history and modern day China. One of the funnier things that I laughed at was when they made China seem like a clone army from Star Wars. When they start the topic of traditional Chinese naming, Brad Anus steps in to tell a story. This made me laugh insanely, and the professor starts laughing while trying to read the slide, to which his wife reportedly comes in and knocks over a dresser. Daniel once again leaves, blaming it on everyone else's attitude. Daniel later calls Clark and starts telling a long story that is riddled with straight up lies. Whether it's just trying to spark fear or if it was delusions talking, I'm not sure. He also feels that there is a government vehicle following him. The professor does his best to quell his fears and tells him that the Chinese government is sending students to school and coring the campus.
So today we're going to be talking about Chinese history. We've covered the ancient Texanians. We have covered the Romans. Today we're going to be talking about Chinese history. So let's get started. All right. Emperor of Imperial China was Tao Chen Maidek. He was the first emperor of Imperial China, and he invented fortification. So let's talk about the first empress of Imperial China. Right? So you had the first emperor. Now, what about the first empress of Imperial China? Her name was Mi Kuchi-ich. She was a famous empress, and she actually invented basketball. So the first president of Imperial China was Han Zhou. All right, Han Zhou was the first president, and he was known for selling children to the Germans in World War II.
So sorry, I'm walking home from a very important meeting with a government official. I want to answer your last question about Emperor.
Empress Mi Kuchi-ich.
Yes, Professor. He introduced many cultural phenomenon like.
Can I ask who this government official is? Is it from the U.S. or is it a Chinese government official? Just curious.
Excuse me, Mr. Rawson, none of your business.
Okay, sorry for the question. I didn't mean to.
All right. She was the first woman to actually eat 6,000 bowls of rice in one sitting. So it was pretty impressive
Oh my God, he laughed. Dude, what the fuck is going on? Why isn't anyone
His
talking
phone
to him?
probably died. His phone probably died. He was outside.
I think he
Yeah.
didn't like your answer. He said none of your business.
He's fucking terrified right now.
He's so scared.
And I found out because I said, "Do you mind me asking what government, Chinese or U.S.?" And he said, "None of your business, Daniel." Fucking person. At that point, teacher kicked him out of the class. And but I find this guy in the class well that straight up in the middle of class said that I do not support Black Lives Matter and that I'm a communist in front of the entire class, to the point to where they kicked both people out. And then at the end of the class, I opened up in front of everyone else and said that I believe that I am being followed. And I, as we know, live in Colorado. And the teacher of the class admitted that the Chinese government is collaborating with UCLA over how they do their operations. That's what the teacher told me. And he said the Chinese government is in black Nissan.
And it was to keep the Romans out, right? But another key point of creating the Wall of China was to keep the gypsies out, okay? Where do people think gypsies are from? Now, China's current military, all right? There are currently 500 million active troops in the Chinese army. And these Chinese soldiers were produced from the same lab that COVID-19 was produced. So they're genetically cloned to be physically and behaviorally like their counterpart.
The concluding video into the saga was a debate between Daniel Larson and Chang. I won't cover a whole lot of this, but Daniel announces that he thinks sex should not be had on campus, and that if it does, it should happen in gender-neutral restrooms. The final results were for...
What are those, Daniel? Jeez. You could open a beer bottle with that thing right there. I wouldn't want to, but you could. Look at that thing. Jesus. Okay.
For Daniel Larson and Chang. I believe...
Oh, Daniel looks rough here. He looks dirty. I know it's probably the shit. Is sunburnt? Is he sunburnt? Looks real dark right here.
Hour 30-minute debate linked below. There was also a blooper episode that shows a finances class. This one didn't have as many funny moments in my opinion, but it talked about the fart spray incident. In this episode, we see...
That fart spray incident was the stupidest fucking video. That's the dumbest Daniel Larson video I've ever seen, but it's worth the watch. It's worth the watch.
Daniel opened up to a new professor named...
I am teething.
Mohammed Lester. Daniel had opened up speaking about an assault that happened in a mall. This incident occurred on January 25th, 2024, and is known as the fart spray incident, where a troll had doused him with an entire bottle of fart spray. This led to Daniel having a massive meltdown in the store, while trolls continued to harass him. The saga ultimately ended in an arrest for Daniel on February 3rd for evasion of justice.
Wait, just trying. Dude's freaking out. Holy shit! Hey, someone get security. This guy's freaking out. Hey, this guy's freaking out. Someone get security. He's knocking shit over. Whoa. Hey, back up. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh my god. I got fucking attacked.
These two dipshits just fucking around in the mall like this.
Oh my god. I'm being fucking followed.
As always, if you don't like the doom and gloom of lolcows, feel free to check out my gaming channel, linked down below. If you want to keep up to date with lolcows like Unk or Daniel Larson, join our Discord server, the official Unk Archive. And as always, we have to thank our channel members: Abraham, Mark Gaming, 13 Blue Bomber, Brock Kisubamius.
That was a great one. That's a good arc. That was... Depending on how it's presented, it's a good arc. Him going to... like all the effort that went into that, trying to get all those people organized. Do you know how hard it is to get 9 people together on a phone call at once? Do you know how fucking hard it is to do it with 2 people? With 9, though? Like, they put real effort and coordination and logistics into this. I couldn't get 8 other people on the phone at the exact same time right now if my life depended on it. Couldn't happen. Anyways, we got time. We're going to do one more. Let me whip it up. Let me whip it. Oh. So, We're going to get us an update on Tofiachu. We're going to head over to, clearly, Major Chilla's channel. We're going to be checking out Tofiachu exposed for stalking another woman and slandering her brother. I've been kind of going back and forth into watching the Tofia updates lately. I don't even know 8 people. You know what? Okay, I have 9 people in my phone that I would consider like friends. One of them's my mom. One of them's my wife. One of them's my neighbor. One of them's my coach. So technically, I know 5 people, or I have 5 friends, I guess. Well, technically, one of them's an ex-coworker. So, I don't know, it turns out when you're not into living that drug-fueled lifestyle where you need lots of different plugs and connections, your phone's not always going off all the time. You know, I don't have that many. I don't need that many numbers anymore. I put a couple of new sounds on. I even got a chance to use them. Ah. Yeah.
Better scramble like an egg before you get folded like an omelet, nigga. Jaeger.
Ooh.
Better scramble like an egg before you get folded like an omelet, nigga. Jaeger.
Hell yeah. You know it. All right, guys. We are going to take another ripper. And then we'll go ahead and we'll get started. Because I've still got a little bit before my wife's going to be home. So we're going to get this Tofia update. And yeah, you guys know what time it is. Let's get it out. And no need to yaps. Get right to it. Cheers. It feels like this oil is really thick or really heavy. It's really hard to get through. Honestly, I think I might switch back to the Rogue bars. Might go back to the ones that are a little bit more budget friendly. I feel like they go easier. They don't, like, I can just, and it's smooth. I don't know. This one that was $40. Excuse me. And I'm not liking the draw on it right now. I like the taste, but I don't like the draw. Here we go. Tofiachu exposed for stalking. Excuse me. Tofiachu exposed for stalking another woman and slandering her brother.
I'm being honest. You can't help your feelings towards people, right? You can choose who you want to be with, right? But I was not expecting that to happen, and it just did. And people are a huge part of my life.
How's it going today, guys? If you haven't been keeping up with Tofiachu here recently, a lot of stuff has been going down. Tofiachu has recently got kicked out of another shelter. She's ended up in a 4th one at this point. A lot of people had speculated that she was in a tent chew arc, but no, Tofiachu is just lounging around in her 4th shelter, and she's even got a few amenities along with it. She's got a Switch, even more TV, and she doesn't even have to leave her room anymore. Tofiachu has it made. And then there's her love interest, her Harley Quinn, except there's no...
I got my wife a Switch for Christmas or a birthday 1 year or two ago. And I think 4 games, I think. I don't remember. I grabbed a couple games to go with it. A lot of fun though. I think they're fun. I don't know what business Tofia is doing playing with this. I mean, that's free downtime. That's for like before bed when you're bored or you got a little time before you fall asleep. So play your video games. That's like when I play Warzone and shit is usually once my son's gone to sleep, that's when I can go play for a little bit. I can go squeeze in a few rounds. Either that or if I happen to get up early and if he's still asleep and whatnot, then I'll go do like some, 5:30 in the morning matches, stuff like that. But I don't typically have the amount of time it takes to get through a Warzone match these days, especially if you're a fucking pimp like I am, and you got to run that shit from start to finish. Yes, sir. We don't die. We don't play like that. We don't play that shit. We put in work, nothing but work. Toot my own horn. But it takes a while. I remember one day I started at I was going to go leave to pick up my son from school that day. At like 2:15, 2:20, I was going to leave my house. And I started this match at 1:45. I think it was 1:45, 1:47. I was like, okay, yeah, this is plenty of time. And it's almost 2:20. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm still alive. How am I still fucking alive? It's crazy shit. I was like, ooh, I got to turn it off. Either that or someone's going to find me and kill me real quick or something. I don't remember if I died or somebody got me. But anyways, I don't typically have the time to sit down and do that at any given point during the day. I don't have I'm usually doing shit. I don't know.
No love from the other side.
I'll play some video games tonight for sure.
But they're just as crazy. See, her lover, some consider her a stud shoe, some call her slice shoe at this point because she had gotten in trouble with the authorities. Most people, including myself, thought it was something simple, but it turned out to be a very dangerous and ill person that Tofiichu has been hanging out with and claiming that she's scared to even step on a bus because she never knows who could be around the corner. There could be dangerous people, even though she's been sitting in a car with a very dangerous person all by herself. Things haven't been adding up. Tofia also had another love interest called Crushchu, and Tofiichu did something where she was hugging Crushchu, and then she went in for another hug, and Crushchu pushed her away, and then Tofiichu put up some terrible claims about her on the internet, and now they're not really talking as much. I don't even know what they are at all. And then her brother, who passed away a year.
Oh fuck! Oh my God! I got distracted talking. Excuse me. I got distracted, just going on talking or speaking. I was gonna say, what business does Tofia have playing this video game all day when she should be out looking for a job? That's what I was going to say, and I forgot. What are we doing? Like I said, Nintendo, that's downtime. You don't have downtime. Find a job.
And a half ago, who's still been unclaimed to this day. Many assume,
dude, she looks like she stinks.
He's already been dumped, and Tofiichu is,
and it's like butt. It's like butt laundry. Everybody knows what butt laundry. You guys know what butt laundry is. You know that smell. Like you throw your laundry in the basket, it's been there 3 or 4 days, like all the way buried at the bottom. And when you go to dump it in the washer, you go to dump it in like that, and it comes out of the basket, and it goes by your face. It's like, phew. You're like, oh, like, goddamn. Yeah, that's butt laundry. We all know the smell. That's the smell that Tofia is giving right now. Is fucking butt laundry.
Has already started degrading his name. There's a reason we had to give an entire history lesson, or just a...
That is also a fair question, Schwilly. I don't know. Fair. That's a very fair question.
Quick summary of Tofiichu's recent events, because it now seems like Tofiichu is starting anew. She's found another crush in the shelter, she's trying to move on from Brother Chu, and there's a lot of people who have been telling her to stop whining.
Do you guys know it's been over a year since he died? Like 14 months or something? I didn't realize it had been so long.
And things of that nature, and she has to move on because she can't sit around and just mope all day. But Tofiichu has started to talk about her brother in a way that's just very disrespectful, already saying that she's forgot his voice, trying to take credit for basically everything he did to keep the family alive, and now she's making fun of Brother Chu being ashes. She's on her last limb, and not only is she growing more despicable, but she's trying to do the same thing that got her in trouble for the last 3 shelters all over again. And not only that, Tofiichu brought up a very old topic about her and a cat that she wasn't taking the best care of. When I say wasn't taking the best care of, I mean she wasn't taking care of it at all. She's decided.
Yeah, Brother Chu and Marty are both, but we love Marty. As far as Brother Chu goes, he could get it. That was the emote for the day that Brother Chu got popped.
decided to address these claims and make herself look 1,000 times worse. So I know that's a lot to unpack already in the beginning.
She looked like a melted ice cream cone.
So let's go ahead and jump into this.
It's not about dating someone. I don't know.
Dude, but all I can think is straight up butt laundry.
I'm trying to cope for something else. That's what I think.
What the hell are those? What are these? What are these? Come on. What is this? That's not a hairstyle. No, it's not. 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 Can't be.
That's not what I
know I'm not the most up to date on women's fashion, but I'm like 98% sure that's women don't do that. I'm really sure they don't. I'm really sure they don't.
That's what I know. So there's a lot going on. And then I got hurt. So what do you do? I don't want anyone to feel sad for me.
Do you not feel stupid right now, Tofia? Do you really not feel stupid? I would feel real dumb if I just had these two rolls just kicking here.
I'm just saying. I don't even know how old my mom is. Jeez, wow. Nobody wants me. Well, I wasn't trying to date them. Well, I know they like girls, but they got a girlfriend, so... Well, that sucks. And I was not trying to date somebody. I just thought they were attractive looking. That's all. My brain is just hurting, that's all. I don't think that it's a good thing anyways. So, I don't know. I'm just about something else. And I don't think that would have been... I'm trying to... I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's not even just that. I'm using that as a distraction from something else, if that makes sense. I don't like the person that gave me a Tupac shirt. That was a supporter of mine that got me the Tupac shirt. The person that I liked is, I don't know if they seen my TikTok stuff. I don't think so. I hope not. I don't think they know about my TikTok. I don't know if they like my TikTok. So they don't even know.
I don't think anybody likes your TikTok.
No. Well, they know of my TikTok because I have mentioned it, but I don't know if they seen my stuff. Really trying to just keep things to myself because, like I said, it's a distraction from something else and I'm trying to be upset, so. I don't want anybody.
Chris, man, I feel for you. I'm sorry. I remember that. I remember that. That's fine. You're allowed to take it one day at a time. It's a big deal. That's fine for you. But not for Tofia. They're family of pedophiles. They don't get a pass. They don't get a pass. I don't care if her brother died. I don't give a fuck. Absolutely not. No. But you're good. You should take it a day at a time. No, you take all the time in the world that you need. Get yourself through it slowly, but get there. Take all the time you need. That's all. But not Tofia. Not her. Pedophiles, they don't get a pass. I don't care.
Why do you keep saying... You assume people. First you say it's Stud Chew and me are friends. Then you say it's someone else. It's not about wanting a person. It's about the fact that people need to care about other people's feelings. It has nothing to do with wanting anyone. Again, I don't know why people keep assuming. I didn't name anybody. I didn't mention anybody. I didn't say anything. You want...
One thing I can say, Chris, is one thing you can probably take solace in knowing that is if it hurts, that's a good thing. That means that you cared. Because if it didn't hurt, it would be disrespectful. It should hurt. So it's a good thing. It's just evidence of a relationship that you had. It's proof that it was there and that it was real.
Hi.
That's all it is. It just shows that it was real. That's the way I feel about it. That's how I felt about everybody I've known that has died. That it should hurt. That's the way it should feel. You shouldn't be able to just brush it off right away. It should take time. And even then it never really goes away. It just kind of fills in like a battle wound or a scar. Kind of toughens up, but it's always there. You can always feel it. You always know it's there, but you get used to it. It's just part of who you are now.
I want to make it so bad that everything that I've experienced was friendly. There are certain things that I'm not talking about because I'm not bringing that to the internet. But the stuff that I've already talked about, which was those guys on TikTok that there's a difference between being friendly and there's a difference between being flirty. And I know the difference. I'm not stupid. Considering the fact that most of these men knew that I liked them. They're not dumb. Hello? The stitches or the duets, the videos I was making, it was plainly obvious. Why do you think they were responding to me? Does that make any sort of sense? One guy liked the comment where I said that I think I like him. I said, oof, I think I like him. And he liked the comment. He's not stupid.
Imagine having a comment somewhere on the internet and Tofia says she thinks she likes you. That's a reply to a comment?
Why would he like the comment? That just doesn't make sense. He knows. He knew what it was. A lot of
Time to delete that account.
them knew what it was. It wasn't being friendly. Just because you can't fathom the fact that someone that was 10 times more attractive than me liked me. The one guy, right? Literally that knew I liked him was literally like, oh, there was this girl I was talking to and she told me she loved me. And then the next day she told me she didn't love me. So why are you chasing after someone that really doesn't truly care about you? I show a lot of these people that I care about them, and what does that get me? Nothing. It gets me nowhere. It gets me hurt. That's what happens. Literally, people take people that care and love them truly for granted. Not even for granted. How can you take people for granted or granted?
Tofiachu is in her Johnny Bravo arc. Every single woman she talks to in the shelter more than a minute, any one of them that gives her attention, she immediately falls head over heels for. She's out there spying on them, listening in on this girl's conversation. I don't know if she understands how creepy that is, but it's a little mildly disturbing to know that Tofiachu is lurking around the shelter. We know she likes to wear...
Ooh, Poop Squatch or Tofia? My money's on Poop Squatch, baby. Yeah. No, wait. Ooh, wait. Hang on. I didn't. Let me think about that for a second. I don't know. Poop Squatch is going to use Poop Finger. That's going to be its first attack. His first attack that he throws. I don't know what Tofia, what her offensive moves are. I don't know what abilities she has equipped. I genuinely don't know of anything physical that she could possibly do, dude. Cooch finger. Oh god, damn it. It took me a second to register that. Cooch finger versus poop finger. If they're Pokemon, they're almost like the male and female versions. Like Nido King and Nido Queen. One uses poop finger, one uses cooch finger. Same one also uses poop finger and one uses poop finger, one uses cooch finger and poop finger. There we go. I don't know, dude. Hey, who do you think would win? Andy Ditch, Poop Squatch, or Tofupa? They fight.
I don't know who the first one is.
I'm Andy. You're abusing me. You can't violate my rights. Yeah, I'm gonna run away. The guy that was like obsessed with his mom being in the diaper. Like, Mom, you're pooping. Yes. You're pooping, Mom. Why'd you poop, Mom? What a fucking... Who are we thinking? Poop Squatch?
Yeah, just because he's a dude.
I just
Stronger.
He's stronger, but the physicality from either one is really not there. Finished it?
Nope, I got that.
Oh, that's right. The one for me. That's sick. Okay, so final answer, Poop Squatch, I guess. Because I don't know what physical thing Tofia can do, dude. I don't see her having the wind or the energy to engage with the wrestling with Andy. I don't see him having... I don't know. This is a harder one to figure out. Coin toss? Coin toss? I don't know. I think this is one of those 50-50 pick'ems fight, I suppose. Usually there's a favorite and an underdog, but this is when both opponents match up well. It's a coin toss. It's a 50-50s fight. Low center hygiene, -99. Oh my goodness. Shout out Mrs. Cholo from It's Billy Joe. They want you to come back to your channel. You need to hurry up.
I'm boring.
They like you.
I'm boring.
You need to make a video.
I'm grumpy. I have nothing but bad things.
That's the point. That's what's fun. Mr. Snowflake made a new Shape by the Algorithm.
Oh, really?
Yep. Just dropped.
About him?
Yep. Just dropped. Yeah, I don't know. I think that fight's a coin toss. I don't know. I don't see anybody really having the upper hand on either one. You got Poop Finger, Cooch and Poop Finger. I don't know.
Lingerie in the nighttime to go to sleep for some reason, just prancing around, listening in on this girl's conversation who she has a crush on. She's literally Jimmy Hopkins sneaking into the girls' dorm, but she has permanent residence in the girls' dorm. She's in creep mode 24/7 now. And it's not lost on me, I feel like if Tofiachu was to hear her actions in a TikTok video, but she was listening to it about a man and a woman, she would be disgusted and on the internet like, you guys don't even understand the danger that I go through on a daily basis. I heard about this one dude who was sitting there like a creeper listening in on this girl's conversation because he had a crush on her. That's not right, and that's weirdo behavior. But if you're going to take Toph's words, she's not trying to do that whatsoever. She's super sly. She's not trying to do that. But she's just trying to get, some human attention. That's all she wants. When Tofiachu has been sitting there, proving to us time and time again why she has no empathy whatsoever. She literally only cares for herself. And it's so hilarious when she's talking about those TikTokers she used to lip sync with. She literally ran one of them off of the internet. I don't even know how that's possible, that somebody creeps you out and is like hounding you so much that you're just like, you know what? This internet stuff just isn't worth it. This lady right here, she gives me the creeps. You ran a person off the internet, Toph. He did the dash. Just disappeared. It's like your love is a Bermuda Triangle. Everybody who enters it, either something bad happens or they just disappear completely.
Actually, yeah, at middle schools, there was this one kid named David that beat me. One time, I got so mad, I poured milk on his head and I started laughing. And you know how you see those movies? Like, I watched a lot of Disney movies. So, like, the more they would get back at their bullies and everyone would just erupt in laughter, that's what I thought would happen. So I poured this milk on this kid. It's kind of a small town at the time. So people that I went to elementary school with, I graduated high school. We went all the way up from middle school to high school. I went throughout all my school years with these people. And so then I poured milk on him and I was laughing. And I was like looking around, why is no one laughing? Like, he got milk poured on his head, laugh. So then I'm sitting in class and they called me to the counselor.
Yes, sir, Mr. Strangler. Yeah, we're going for a little bit longer. We got a few more minutes on this video, but this will be our finale for today. But doing well. How you doing, my friend?
Office. And I'm like, okay, why are you calling me to the counselor's office? The counselor says, did you pour milk on him? And I was like, no. I tried to play it off. So then she felt his hair and it was wet. And she goes, well, why is his hair wet?
Tofiachu.
Wait, how did they not? Why'd she have to feel his hair? Was it not obvious? How you pour milk on somebody and it's not clear as day?
Always picks the worst options, apparently throughout her entire life. Like, this guy was messing with you. You're a girl, he's a guy. There's multiple routes you can take where he's the villain, he's the bad guy, I guess in your Disney Channel terms, right? And I must say, it's so weird how Tofiachu literally views her entire life as a Disney show. Her That's So Raven visions would send her into an Anakin Skywalker arc if her high school self knew what she turned into. But back to what I was saying. So instead of telling on this kid, or like, making people aware of this, it's like not cool whatsoever, she decides to make a public display of this and pouring milk on his head. That's going to make you look like the bad guy 9 times out of 10, just about every single time. I can't even see it in my head how people would see you as the good guy. You can approach the teachers. Now, apparently, the counselors took her side on this. Now, am I a little skeptical? Absolutely. But maybe because Tofiachu was a girl, they were like, all right, you know what? You're the bad guy here. You got milk poured on your head. And what? You took the brunt of the action, but you just don't mess with Big Toph. So you can believe who you want, I'm not entirely sure myself. It's just so hilarious that she's literally doing the Candy Rook and Tofiachu AI. She's literally done it before. One of the main themes in those is Tofiachu walking up to Candy and throwing something on her, or the reverse, and one of them saying something about barn tuck cheese, and then one of them starts crying or screaming. That's basically the synopsis of most of the AI Tofiachu videos, and she already lived that once in her life. It's great that these things have made her reflect to a point where she's like, actually, I've done that. I'm not sure what barn tuck cheese is, but it sounds delicious. But I have done most of this, yeah.
The only way you can survive or you can afford to live is if you're living with a roommate, someone who is also helping you pay some of the bills. I'm not going to live with someone I don't know. I've already said that. For my safety, if I don't know the person, I ain't going to live with them.
Bitch, you're homeless.
That's just that. I'm not going to put my life in someone else's hands. You never know if the person could get up and leave, not pay the half of their rent. You don't know if that person's going to end up harming you in the end and you end up on a Dateline episode. You don't know any of that. I like to stay in my comfort zone.
Millions of people in America every day bunk up with other people. Hang on, guys. Be right back.
Like to be around someone that I know. That's what it's like living with some rando. I'm not going to live with some rando just because I need a place to live and I need help pay. No, let's call it for what it really is. I'm stressed most of the time for the simple fact is I can't afford to live. You can't afford to live. Nobody can afford to live. And you're sitting here trying to tell someone when you can't afford to live. You know what it is? Maybe your state is a good state to live in. But here, you're not making $3,000 at McDonald's. You're not making nearly enough. My brother, when his friends were sad, upset, or down, he always did something to make them laugh or make them feel happy. Someone told me that, and I do realize that my brother would not want me sad about him all the time. My brother wanted everyone happy. He wouldn't want me moping around. He wouldn't want me crying all the time, being upset. There's only so much that you can grieve. My brother loved playing games. I loved playing games with him too. We would play Call of Duty Zombies. Like my brother, he would get me game systems. He knew I loved to play games. We were never without an Xbox. We were never without a game system. He wanted to get.
But you lived with cockroaches. Why were you wasting money on Xboxes if you had a cockroach infestation? Seemed like there'd be more pressing matters, more important things to spend your money on than an Xbox. I'm a big fan of the Xbox. Love it. It's my favorite. It's my favorite console. I love console games. But if I had a cockroach infestation, I'm taking care of that first. That's a priority.
Game system.
That's called being responsible.
Bam. Xbox.
Also, it's called being fucking disgusting. If you have cockroaches, get the fuck out of here.
The last time we had an Xbox, I bought that Xbox. These are things that I'm struggling with. I'm grieving my brother, but I can't be sad all the time. I have to eventually pick myself up and be able to do normal things again. I was trying to get a degree in business, but I did partially kind of do it bad because he wanted me to go for business, but I was already going. And I wasn't good enough because I wanted to do a restaurant and he wanted me to do investments. He said, I'm going to teach you about investments so you know when I'm to invest money. And I didn't want to do that. So then because I didn't want to do it, he would tell my brother, well, you're going to do investments and she's going to open up her restaurant, and telling him he couldn't do what he wanted. You know, and my brother really loved. He was into the war. He read books about war. He was into
I don't believe your brother could read. Not that well.
flying airplanes. He wanted to become a pilot.
No fucking way I'm getting on a plane with Brother Chew. He's flying? Ass. No.
He's always wanted to be involved so much with airplanes. And he was really looking into everything it took to become a pilot and fly for the airlines. He wanted to fly for United Airlines.
Listen, guys, she won't have a roommate. She absolutely refuses. Do you know what a roommate could do to you? They could flake on some money they might not pay you. Like, listen, she doesn't have Brother Chew to rely on anymore. It's real dangerous in these streets. So who knows? She might be homeless one day. She can't get a roommate. But will she hang out with Stud Chew? Did she want to live with Stud Chew? She sounded like she did back when she was first talking about her. And what is Stud Chew known for now? Well, been incredibly dangerous and violent and able to snap at any time. And Stud Chew isn't very happy about Tofia Chew bringing up her past and talking about her. Stud Chew knows the internet so little, or I guess she's so out there, she couldn't even come to the grips and realize that, hey, Tofia Chew isn't the one who started the Stud Chew saying. Now, she completely says it to this day. Tofia Chew only refers to her as Stud Chew on stream, and I can imagine she's probably said it in real life. And then there's Crush Chew, the other person she wanted to move in with. And what did she do when Crush Chew decided she wanted nothing to do with Tofia relationship-wise? Well, she accused her of heinous things. Very heinous things on the internet, and then still wanted to hang out with Crush Chew and was whining and complaining that they were no longer friends. And I'm sure a couple of you have been waiting for me to say it, Mama Chew. Like, Mama Chu is a roommate. Mama Chu probably collects funds from the government every single month, maybe a hefty amount, you know, some bad things have happened to her. And Tofia Chu is like, I will never have a roommate. So you won't stay with Mama Chu, basically, is what you're saying? Tofia Chu will get on stream after stream and say, listen, I just can't go and see Mama Chu. And there's some truth to that, right? She's kicked from the shelter, and because she decided to call up and harass it, start yelling at people, she almost got Mama Chu thrown out of it as well, so she's just not allowed to step foot. If she didn't take that...
Why would you why would you do that? So stupid.
Action. It was just like, hey guys, I'm here to see mom. Will you let me hang out? You know, I don't even want to hang out. You know, I just want to come and take my mom somewhere. They for sure would probably let her. But no, Tofia, as we've confirmed, chose the worst possible action to do and started harassing people herself, and now she probably can't do that. But instead of saying, hey mom, walk out of the shelter, I'm here to pick you up, or walk down the street just a little bit on your walker, I'll help you the rest of the way, she just neglects to do that. She'd rather hang out with felons and people who are dangerous, and basically tell on herself whenever someone's like, you don't care for your mom, and she says she does, but then she makes statements like this where it's obvious she has no intentions of bringing Mama Chu back into her life. She never cared about her family whatsoever. She only cared about what they could do for her, and as soon as she thinks that it's not worth it, just cast them to the side. I've watched plenty of old Tofia Chu clips, heard the way she talks to Mama Chu about Mama Chu. She never liked her. She thought Mama Chu was not the brightest bulb in the box, to say the least, and she treated her as such. And when it comes to her brother, it's wild. She can almost recognize that because of her brother, that she was able to have a lot more good things happen in her life, but she's not able to wrap her head around it because of her ego to fully get the idea that if it wasn't for Brother Chu, their entire family would have been homeless years ago. Like, Brother Chu has heinous accusations against him. You can't say he doesn't, but one thing you can say is this dude held this entire family together, the entire Chu crew, like, all by himself. As soon as he disappeared, they all crumbled, each and every one of them. If it was just Brother Chu and Mama Chu in the car, when the uncle offered them a house, they would be there. In fact, Brother Chu would have probably gotten an apartment, because it would have just been him and his mother. I mean, you could get a single bedroom, he gives Mama Chu the room, he sleeps on the couch, it would be a good fit. But he had to keep Tofia Chu along with him, and that was just a recipe for disaster. When something good pops up, she denies it because the people there, who's going to let them live there, don't want Tofia Chu streaming, and that's a big no-no. And then, when he basically supplies them with countless amounts of food, basically the entire reason they were eating, he was constantly working, he seemed to have a friend group, and Tofia Chu just denies him, cares so little about him that she's already forgetting his voice. It's so crazy that just because he was trying to take care of Tofia Chu too, she weighed him down all the way to the bottom. And sorry for talking so much.
I feel you, Kelly. I feel you. Our gas just recently got back under 5. It's like, I think we're closing in on $4 now, somewhere around there. But it's been fucking rough. We touched just over $6 a month ago, maybe a little over a month ago. So I feel you, big dog. I feel you. My truck has a 26-gallon tank in it. That's a lot of gas. That's a lot of money. I put $120 in the gas tank 1 week, and it didn't fill my truck up. So for a little while, I was stealing my wife and my mom's Jeeps because 4 cylinders take a lot less gas. It's a lot easier. But me.
About him, but
I feel for you. I feel for you. I do.
I just want to put it into perspective how disrespectful Tofia Chu is being. I've already forgot his voice. I did everything for that car. I bought a transmission, which is incredibly telling the fact that
36 gallons. Fuck.
Out of all the things Tofia Chu forgets and fails to bring up, that she...
God damn, dude. That's rough. Dude, 26 is a lot. That's rough.
Always remembers this transmission. It's because it's the only thing she ever bought for that car. But still yet, even though she completely knows that she did nothing, she's going to start slandering his name now. For what reason? I have no idea. I don't know why Tofia Chu is going to start calling him a pile of ashes here soon.
I remember the girls would talk, because at that time, Disney Channel was popular. And that's when the Jonas Brothers was dating Miley Cyrus. What was it? Nick Jonas dated Miley Cyrus.
The Jonas Brothers was dating Miley Cyrus? Okay.
And Joe Jonas dated Demi Lovato. And I remember the girls at school would be talking about that. Oh my God, did you dating? And then I remember the show that went popular, right? It was RuPaul's Drag Race. I knew a lot of people in school that watched RuPaul's Drag Race. I used to watch RuPaul's Drag Race when I was a teenager. I've been watching that since Carmen Carrera, Jujubee, Shangela. And so I remember Flavor of Love came out. and everybody was talking about that. My family, my dad, my mom, my brother, we were all into Flavor of Love. We tuned in every week. And I remember I went to school. That was the ending when Pumpkin spit on New York. And I went to school, and I remember everyone hearing about, oh, did you see Pumpkin spit on New York? I remember that when everyone at school was talking about that. And then WrestleMania and Undertaker and his streak. I watched WrestleMania because of Undertaker's streak. I am so mad that they ended Undertaker's streak by letting him lose to Brock Lesnar. I will never forgive WWE for doing that. I hate Brock Lesnar. I was like, and who Undertaker loses his streak to is Brock Lesnar? I'm so angry. And I remember my dad, this was pay-per-view, so he would rent on pay-per-view WWE, and we would watch WrestleMania. We were into wrestling at that time. I'm being honest. You can't help your feelings towards people, right? You can choose who you want to be with, right? But I was not expecting that to happen, and it just did. And people are a huge part of my life, huge chunk of my life. I can't just be like, you know what, I'm going to listen to, because society is wrong. You're sitting here doing the same thing that is in the Bible, and it says not to judge, but you are judging someone for being who they are, telling them that it's wrong because of some scripture in the Bible. It's always the people that want to say that I have no empathy. You don't know if I have no empathy or not. You've never met me in real life. You only know what people tell you online because you believe it. Stop letting people tell you online who someone is. You have not met me in real life. You don't know what I am like in real life. You sit here and you judge people because someone told you there's something, so you believe it. People liked me, and I went online and said that I could say whatever I want about someone. You literally let people tell you how to think about someone, and you judge somebody based off of what people are telling you. It's not because you don't like the person, it's because you want to be liked. You will be seen as a Tofiachu defender. Oh, God forbid you get labeled a Tofiachu defender. That's the worst thing to be called, man. People would really hate to be.
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't want to be called that, dude. You can call me a lot of things. You can say a lot of things to me. Don't call me that. Fat bitch.
Called that. They loathe being called a Tofiachu defender. That's the worst thing people hate being called. Trust me, I know that. They make it sound like it's a disease for being called that, when literally you're just standing up for what's right. You can't stand up for what's right. You're literally standing up for what's right. But you don't want to do it all the time because you don't want to be labeled a certain way. Then you don't really care about the topics that you're speaking on if you're allowing certain people to do it.
I wonder why people don't like you, Tofiachu. Not only are you calling people sheep, even though anybody who makes videos, TikToks, anything of that matter about you can just put a small compilation of what you say on live streams, and people can come to their own conclusions no matter what the commentary says. You know what? I think these people are right. Tofiachu is incredibly unlikable. She has no respect for anybody. Zero empathy. We covered that earlier. Like, absolutely none. Just listen to the way she's about to talk about Brother Chew in the coming clips, or the way she treated this cat, and you'll understand that Toph has no empathy. There's a reason people dislike Toph. It's not some Last of Us, it's game over for the universe mind virus going on. It's just that people use their two eyes, they use their brain, and they come to the conclusion that Tofiachu is an unreliable narrator and not very likable. And then she immediately proves my point just in the very next sentence when she goes on to say, and even the people who do support me and do like me, I know it's a hard task. You know, forget you guys too, you don't do enough work. I mean, could you rax max more, Tofiachu? I know I've got supporters, but you guys don't do enough. I've had 7 years I've had to sit here and suffer, so you guys need to come together. It's almost the same damn thing. You guys who support me, you just aren't doing enough work. You gotta pull harder. You gotta do more. We need to get this train rolling. Tofiachu will go on and the haters will stop. Please do my job for me. Even though if every one of us was to disappear today, we got Thanos snapped for some reason, a bunch of other people, the other 50% would come through and be like, man, this Tofiachu person is really unlikable. I'm gonna make some YouTube videos on her, some TikToks.
Mind you, that wasn't my cat, that was her cat. So why are we even talking about that? It's crazy. How come she wasn't taking care of her cat? Why don't you ask that question? Why am I taking care of a cat that is hers? You guys don't ask yourself, you don't ask that. You literally love to bring up stuff that is, like, why don't you ask her why she got dogs that she never took care of? Or why I'm taking care of her cats, mind you. My mom fed and gave her cats water because she wasn't doing that. Why should my mom be taking care of her pets she doesn't even take care of? Why does she have pets that she's not taking care of? You are literally saying that's an excuse? What do you mean it's an excuse? I shouldn't be taking care of someone's pet. They wanted to buy a damn cat, then they should take care of a damn cat. To me, that's frustrating. I was supposed to take care of a cat that someone bought. If I wanted the responsibilities of taking care of a pet, then I would have bought a pet to take care of. I don't have a responsibility to be taking care of no baby. She needs to take care of her cats. That's no freaking excuse. You're sitting here saying that that's an excuse that I'm supposed to take care of her cat that she got. That day, I ordered me a breakfast from Denny's. I ordered everyone a breakfast from Denny's. I was sitting there eating my Denny's, and this cat attacked me to try to get to the food it's not supposed to have because
It was probably hungry. Oh, you fat bitch. You fat bitch.
it had surgery. I was getting scratched up in the leg. I didn't pick up the cat and throw it like people try to say. I pushed the cat off my
I had to Google fat orangutan sitting to get that.
leg because I was getting hurt. I was getting scratched up. The cat was scratching the heck out of me. And obviously it was very painful. And on top of that, the cat was trying to get to the food it was not supposed to have. The cat literally took a piece of bacon and was trying to was not even chewing, was gonna choke on the bacon because you want animals to choke on food, by the way. This was an orange cat, so it's orange cat energy. You try to take food from an orange cat, it's different than a normal cat. Try to take food from an orange cat and see what happens. That cat was swallowing that bacon whole. That cat would have choked. My mom tried to take the bacon from the cat. That didn't work. So I was eating my food and the cat was like that, and just like, not like rear like that, but just like dug its nails into me. My brother didn't take no cat to the shelter. He took the cat back to her because animal control said, well, she needs to come get her cat because she was not taking care of it. My brother had to talk to animal control and tell them
Toph absolutely ate the bacon.
it was her cat. Why am I taking care of someone else's pet? I don't know. How Donald is. He's a pile of ashes. It's that question. Hello. I don't know. I tried to be funny. I guess that wasn't funny. I'm trying not to be. I'm not upset. It's just a little sad. When you ask that question, you clearly know.
Yeah, she treated that cat just fine, ladies and gentlemen, but immediately says, well, it wasn't my cat to take care of. So you barely did anything for it. You had no care whatsoever. I don't know if you know this, Tofiachu, but a cat can't feed itself, especially a kitten. It can't do anything for itself. So if there's someone in your household who's just not caring for their kitten properly, it's up to you to care for it until you can rehome it or give it to a shelter. Things of that nature. What you're supposed to do. Not just be like, oh, it's not my problem. You've never had a job. You do TikTok all day and eat DoorDash. How could you not find the small amount of...
Kind of looks like Amber, like Tophia's starting to get on the road towards, if she had access to more food, she'd be more like Amber Reed. Jesus Christ, Amberlynn Reed. If she had money and she had access to it, she would pack the pounds on. I think she would be in a race with Amber. She could probably crack 450. I think reasonably Tophia would crack 450 and probably hang out there for a while before eventually she put on some serious weight. Not that 450 isn't serious. That 450 is disgusting. That's no bueno. No bueno. You gotta fix yourself. Fun fact, Mr. Snowflake just posted about a new Shaped by the Algorithm with Amberlynn. So if you guys want to go check that out, I'm going to be watching it later this evening.
...on a time to care for a kitten. Like, I don't know about you guys.
She has absolutely put on weight since becoming homeless. Dude, look at those, dude, the fucking gun, the thighs, the arms. Look at the arms. Look how out of proportion. Like, look at her face here. I know. It's a lot of face. I know it's a lot going on here. I know. Mama Choo's genetics are strong. I realize this. But her face realistically should be like, doo. She's got a lot of extra face going on. But looking at her frame of 5'3", my wife is 5'3". And my wife likes to bounce between like 120, 125. Tophia, that bitch is what? 350, 340, 360, somewhere in that ballpark. Call it 350. Tree fitty. She could 100%. If she can stay stagnant and not move, not do anything physical for long enough, and she can keep the food coming in, she'll crack 450. I would bet money on it.
But cats are like some of the least
360 for a full circle. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Maintenance animals you possibly have. Dogs sometimes take a lot, potty training. Cats and kittens, they're pretty quick. Some litter. You clean the litter, and then you feed them and water them, and they pretty much do their own thing. Don't let them outside. Sophia Chu lives in the city, it would not end up well. Just very simple rules to follow, and you're taking care of a cat. And then you just show it love and attention, you play with it a little bit, and boom, you got a healthy, you got a happy cat. In fact, sometimes he probably doesn't even want you to mess with him. But it's despicable. You can't even take the time out of your precious TikTok-filled day. I mean, you're literally just watching shorts and things of that nature to care for a precious animal who wants nothing but love and nourishment and to be cherished. But you neglect it because you don't like Angie. Real nice of you. And then you tell us that the cat has surgery, but it has surgery and you're spiking the thing to the ground, and it makes me think that you wasn't feeding it properly because it's attacking you for bacon. It just doesn't seem like something a normal kitten does, especially if it's cared for properly. The thing was desperately fighting you to get food. The thing's a cat. It's got better motor skills than you, definitely a kitten. There's no way it was about to choke on bacon. You was been selfish, you didn't want to give it any, so you chose not to. You chose the worst option. You toss a cat down who's not feeling well. It's got surgery for some reason. I don't even know why. And then you say, well, listen, the animal people came over and, everything was fine. They said there was no abuse taking place. But then later on, yeah, well, they said we have to rehome it. Some bad things are happening. It's all Angie's fault. So which one is it, Toph? They're not just going to tell you specifically, hey, you're doing everything A-okay. But everyone else in here, they're really screwing up with this kitten. You wasn't taking care of it because you don't like Angie. Your father is in no state to take care of anything. I don't even know what Mama Chu's doing, and Brother Chu works. Not taking any of the blame on Brother Chu and Mama Chu.
That whole entire household, that whole entire family, that whole entire bloodline seems very mentally incapable. It doesn't seem like anybody's playing with the full deck in that house. There's just not a lot of brain power going on, If Tofia, if her brother Chu, Papa Chu, Mama Chu, if they were around in caveman days, like right around the time we discovered fire and the wheel, all that good shit, like okay, let's say we're cavemen in a hut, we're hanging out, we're playing with rocks and some dead leaves, and we're just fucking clacking them together because we're cavemen. It's like hoo. And then we make them spark, and they hit those leaves. We're like, oh, hot, and you make fire, right? We're gonna figure that out. Tofia's gonna be sitting there taking that rock and just digging in the dirt, and they're gonna be sitting there millions of years behind the rest of us. They finally discover fire. We're gonna be on Twitter. So I mean, it's that kind of a difference. Like, entire civilizations have been built and have fallen in the amount of time that would lapse between our discovery of fire versus her bloodline's discovery of fire, the wheel, anything useful. A shelf, figuring out that shelves exist, or art, putting cave paintings, because people have been doing that since we had caves, I guess. People have been drawing on shit ever since we could figure out how to put one medium onto another. We've been creative, doing stuff. And interesting. It's interesting about that as a whole, human beings like to do that. They like to draw and capture and show, like, this is what our life is like. We like to do that for some reason. I guess because it's like a blip in time. Our whole entire existence will be, well, when it's all said and done, mankind we're going to be a blip on the timeline of the universe. Like, we won't have even been the distance of a blink. So I guess to us, it's important to capture moments and show what it looked like later. But anyways.
They're equally responsible, so is Papa Chu and Angie. But so are you, Tofia. This was a combined effort and every one of you are sick. And then, speaking of you being sick, you sit there and then you start mocking Brother Chu, and you're like, well, I was just making an attempt to be funny, just trying to have a laugh with it, guys. Why are you disrespecting him so much all of a sudden? Because there's no opportunity to get GoFundMes off of him anymore? You've already came to that conclusion, like, yep, it's over with, may as well talk about him how I truly feel. Brother Chu has terrible accusations against him, but if anyone in the world should be showing him respect, it should be Tofia, the entire reason she was able to not be homeless for
Ew, booger hands, are you kidding me?
Years upon years when she definitely would have been.
I didn't know that we inspect boogers. I know we inspect scabs. I'm all too familiar with the scab picking, with the scab reviews, checking them out, making sure they're the right consistency. I'm all too familiar with the system that goblins and bed bugs and cockroaches have with the scab exchange market. I know, I get it. I didn't know that with that we're grading boogers now, dude. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm putting it for hazard pay.
But no, just forget about him now. Forgetting his voice, slandering his name now. He's just ashes. I mean, what is it? You know, can't go get him. He's gone. No more GoFundMes to get. Just despicable behavior all around. But I guess that's enough for me today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, follow all the socials down below. Use the hype feature, leave a comment as well, and I'll catch you guys next.
We did it, gang. We killed it. That was a good stream. We got through it. That was, dude. Tofia is. I don't know what Tofia is. I feel like her family got stuck in trying to discover fire, and I guess kind of in the way that some kids kind of like as they're going through school, they get kind of left behind the other kids, but they still get put forward each year, and all of a sudden you have kids that are in 8th grade that can't quite read and all sorts of issues. I feel like Tofia's family is kind of like that. Like they just got pushed along through evolution, but they're still stuck in trying to figure out fire. They're trying to clink 2 rocks together and make it spark. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call that a stream. If you would like to take it out take it out on a ripper with me, I would appreciate you guys. I want to say thank you for riding out with me. I appreciate you bitches. Appreciate all my members. As always, I appreciate love and support. And yeah, let's take this bitch out on a ripper, gang. Appreciate you guys. Cheers. And one more time, happy birthday to It's Billy Joe. There are links in the description of stream and the video that I dropped earlier this week where you can go check out Billy Joe, see what she's got going on her socials. And if you want to show her some love, feel free. Now, let's take it out on a ripper. Pow. I have never had Cali Clear. But I will look it up and see what it is. Guys, have a great rest of your night. I will see you all tomorrow. We'll be live and in person just like we always are every Saturday. And yeah, I'll see you gang then. Have a great day tomorrow.